Ichigo, yahoo! I'm a bit up high, I feel. Why am I up high? Put me down, put me down. Hello, everybody! Hello, Berrydroids! Happy Thanksgiving! Happy Thanksgiving, guys! I hope you all had or are having a good Thanksgiving. I wonder, have you guys eaten dinner yet? Or are you guys' families like late dinner eaters? Or do you guys eat Thanksgiving dinner at like 12 p.m? I'm curious. No, I burnt my tongue today. But I hope you're having a good day. I just woke up, so I'm having a pretty good day. But I cooked my curry wrong. I had something I wanted to say, but I completely forgot. I want to put the moving text at the top of the screen again. But I forgot how I did it last time. Let me see, let me add it. It's gonna be weird not playing a game today. TBH. Text. Link. Alright, what do we want to say? Let's do Happy Thanksgiving. I don't think you guys can see it, can you? What color? Okay. Okay. I think it's fine. Alright. Happy Thanksgiving, Berrydroids. I don't think there's any other announcements, are there? No announcements. Well, I usually had announcements up here. Let me type. Subscribers. I know. All of you. I'm sorry I type so aggressively. And then I put the translations to the Japanese and Russian translations. And I guess I can put Spanish because apparently a large percentage of my viewers are like in Brazil as well, which I felt was interesting. I was so scared that I unlisted my stream for a second. Anyway, let me do this. We'll do Japanese first. So put it in katakana or just English? I guess katakana is fine. Alright. The Japanese version. Oh, this is long. And then Russian. Russian. Do Ukrainians speak Russian too, right? Or is it like a different version? I don't know. Oh, I guess I'll just do Russian for now. Until someone corrects me. Okay. I hope that Russian translation is right. But anyways. Oh. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if I can get it to move. How did I do this, chat? How did it... Huh? How did I do this? I'm so confused. Got the colors. My text is invisible. I want to have pretty text up there for you guys. I'm sorry I don't have any like... I probably should have gotten like turkey decorations. Oh no, that would have been cute if I had turkey decorations up here. Or like a little hat or something. Where? What is this? I don't remember the order of my layers on my screen. Okay. Well, this should be fine. I still don't know why this is transparent though. Stop being transparent. Is it that it's not a Google font? No? This is bizarre. This is really bizarre. I guess it's not that... Oh no. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I guess no one needs text up there. But I still like there to be text up there. Chat mode. Let me copy everything that I wrote. And then maybe I'll add more text. Because I'm not sure how I did this. Was I just like big brain? I don't remember it being that hard. FNAF Doom Forgotten Memories. Okay. Here's our text, here's our text. The doink. Okay, well now we can see the text. Sorry for the wait, guys. That's a bit cringe of me. There we go. The text is up there now. And then... Oh. We can't do our outline though. Gradient color. I'm thinking around. For real, for real. Outline. For purple. There we go. It's looking good now. It's all coming together. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take that long. I'm messing around with that. I don't know why. Yesterday I had sushi and ramen for Thanksgiving. Let me... Okay. So that's there. That's there, that's there. Is it... that it's not using a Google font? Is that the problem? Oh! Uh-oh. Okay. I'm gonna just keep it using the Google font for now. Start case. How did I do this, chat? Custom text extents. Why do I have to Google things that I already know how to do? I'll make text move and Streamlabs. Text scroll. What? Why is all YouTube videos? I watched a tutorial because I want the text to be moving for you guys. Even though we're gonna be doing a watch along soon anyway. Wait, did I figure it out? Did I figure it out? Oh no, I didn't. What? I thought I did. I thought it was cool. Filters. I just want the text to move for you guys. Edit. Oh, okay. Chat, I did it. I did it. Oh my gosh, guys, it's moving. I'm so cool. Look at it. It's moving around. Yippee. Okay. I feel fulfilled now. I can start talking like a normal person. I forgot to put Spanish up there. Oh no. Should I put Spanish? Okay, I'll put Spanish if any of my Brazilian Berrydroids come in. Or Brazilian, I guess. I don't know if they speak traditional Spanish. But yeah, I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving today. I hope you're having fun with your friends and your family, and your loved ones, and your pets, and your enemy body pillows. I am super thankful for all you Berrydroids. And today we are going to... It's a Charlie Brown watch along, but that Charlie Brown is 25 minutes long, so that's not all that we're doing. But typically on holidays, I just like talk to you guys after the watch along. But I kind of do want pictures of food up here. Come on, can we do... We're gonna see free Thanksgiving meal transparent. Alright, let's see. I do have to do some Christmas shopping since it's Black Friday today. Okay, we've got a royalty-free turkey image. I think this will do nicely. Let's download it. I think this should immerse us. This should make us feel like we're all eating together. Okay. There's still KFC images here somehow. Alright. Blink. Wait! Is it one of those psychopaths that just put, like, the illusion of a transparent image on the picture? Bro. Be so real. How dare you? I'm so grumpy. Wait. That's still not it either. So untrustworthy. Should I just put like a picture of a pumpkin up here? I feel very like naked right now. Like I feel like I need some sort of decoration. Transparent pie image? Oh, I haven't had pie today. That's not a real transparent image. Okay, I found a transparent pie image. Is this the one that I want though? Or this one? I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. Don't worry guys, I'm getting you guys a pie. Oh! Why is the internet so hard to use? Alrighty guys, I'm getting you guys a pie now. Stand by. Bear with me. Okay. Pie time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Boink! There's a pie now! And you guys can eat it! With me! It's something that everyone wants to do. Should I put it here or here? I put it here. Yeah, thank you all. Oh, I think I said this officially, but thank you all so much for 200 Berrydroids. I know we're past 200 now, but still, it's like... It's a goal I didn't think I would hit. So I'm very thankful for 200 of you guys. And I am so thankful that I'm able to stream for you guys every day. And I'm also thankful that we get to watch Charlie Brown together today. Well, I wanted to talk about yesterday because after my stream I went out to eat for Thanksgiving. And on my way to the restaurant, there was like a cat. There's always cats. There's cats all over Japan. They're everywhere. And they're always nice. Like, they're always fine with being pet. And if they don't want you to pet them, then they just like leave you alone. And I was walking, and there was an orange cat. And orange cats are always cute. It was an orange cat, and he was walking towards me like eagerly. So I figured that he wanted to be pet, and I didn't like extend my hand or anything. Like, I was walking towards him, but like I wasn't like, I don't think I was threatening. Like, I don't think he would have thought that I was gonna pet him or something. And the person in front of me had like stopped by it, so I thought maybe they were petting him and he was like a friendly cat. And I noticed that he didn't have a leg. Like, it was healed, but he was like missing a leg. And he was walking all funny, and he was walking towards me, and I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Why do you have a leg? And he started walking towards me faster and faster, but he wasn't looking at me, he was looking at my feet. So I figured that meant that he wanted to like bite me or claw at me. And he was kind of making like angry noises, and I was trying to walk by. And I had to run away from him because even though he was missing a leg, he was really fast. And he eventually like goes into someone's driveway, and I walk away. And then like it takes me like 3 hours, I think, to go to the restaurant and then finish my food and come back. And I'm on my way home, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't see that cat again, but surely he's not still here. And then he's there. And he was like mad at me for even looking at him, but he was following me. Like, he chased me 50 meters away from where he was originally at. I don't know what his problem was, but he was acting like it was my fault that we were close together. And yeah, hi everybody, welcome, happy Thanksgiving. Did you eat your dinner already? He was acting like it was my fault that we were both next to each other, and I wasn't even getting closer to him. I was just standing still, and he would just start running towards me on 3 legs and meowing angrily. And what pissed me off the most is some guy was walking by, because no one had walked by the cat till this point. And I was expecting him to like attack the guy too. I ate too much stuffing, but that's not gonna keep me out of the apple pie. I want apple pie so bad. There's apple pie. There's one apple pie in Japan that I found, and it's expensive, but it's huge. So it takes up my whole freezer, and I don't want to buy it. I might though. I might bring it to my classmates if I'm in a good enough mood. Oh, I miss stuffing so much. My grandparents sent me pictures of the food that they cooked. My dad was talking about how men being women is perverse in the car radio. It's not Thanksgiving unless someone has a political discussion and makes the whole table uncomfortable. 3 apple pies at my house. You guys are giving me things to talk about, for real. Like, I'm getting flirty with ideas, but like, I was chased by a cat with missing a leg twice yesterday. And on the way home, the guy was walking by. I was expecting the cat to like do the same thing to him. And this guy can see me like shivering in fear from the cat. And he walks by the cat, he looks at the cat. The cat is just screaming at me. He ignores the guy, and the guy turns around and gives me the most disgusted facial expression I have ever seen. I was so pissed because now he's like, oh, dirty foreigner is being weird with the cat. It's just a problematic cat, I don't know. 3 apple pies at my house. I want apple pie. And a potato pie. The frick? Sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie. Mashed potatoes and gravy is the best part of Thanksgiving. I like the mac and cheese and the green bean casserole. And probably another casserole I'm forgetting the name of. And sweet potatoes. And of course pie. But it's all good. It all tastes great together. I'm jealous of everybody, but I know that I will experience American Thanksgiving next year. But I had sushi yesterday, so that's nothing to complain about. It was super duper yummy, by the way. Oh, I have an epic accomplishment that I think you guys will be proud of. So every time I go out to eat, I keep a calculator of like how much I've spent, right? Because I'm used to being broke. So every time I go to the sushi place, I count how much every little sushi I eat costs, because it comes around on the conveyor belt like 1 or 2 pieces. It's like $1 or 90 cents each. And I keep track of it. But this time I didn't, because I'm financially stable now, and I was eating and I didn't care how much it costed. I was so proud of myself. And I was like, they will be so proud of me because I'm not broke anymore. I was in the basement of a relative's house and I overheard my dad talk about Fortnite. Bro, the 3 apple pie thing, I remember it was like, I think it was the year before I moved out. It was Thanksgiving. I have no idea why this happened, but my parents had 4 pies, 3 of which were the same pies, I think. Maybe different. I think there was apple pie, there was sweet potato pie, and 2 pumpkin pies. Keep in mind, when we have Thanksgiving, it was just me, my parents, and my grandparents. 5 people. Why do we need a pie per person? But sweet potato pie is kind of like pumpkin pie anyway. And we didn't even finish the pies, like, because there were too many. And then I remember there was still a pie in the freezer. Like, they bought an extra pie and had it in the freezer. And I was like, Christmas came around and I was pissed off because we had so many pies in the house. And I just remember getting the pie out of the freezer at 3 a.m. and putting it in the fridge to thaw out. And I was like, we need to finish this pie because I can't handle having all these pies in the freezer. There was one Thanksgiving, it was before my grandpa evolved and became Uncle Iroh. And it was the Thanksgiving, like, right after I started learning Japanese and my parents were mad at me. And I just remember they were accusing me. They were like, oh, you know what the Japanese did in World War II. And I was like, can I just learn Japanese in peace? And they were like, oh, next she's gonna start learning German. You know, you're gonna be accused of being a spy and you're turning on your country. And I was like, what is happening right now? Is this the 50s? Or when was World War II? Is this the 40s? The 30s? It was, and I remember I was pissed off. So I went in my room and just sat in there. Because I was really upset. Now I would have just like finished eating my food and carried on, but I was like pissed off at the time. It's like the table, it's not a family dinner on a holiday if the table isn't awkward. I seldom get mad at my grandpa, but there was something that he did when I was like 15, I think I was younger, that made me angry for 3 months, and it was on Christmas. I refer to this as the politics on Christmas incident. I wish my mom was there. She had to work. She's a nurse, so it makes sense for still. Aww. Your mom wasn't at Thanksgiving? Hyper! Your mom? Oh my god! She's a nurse? Oh. Can you tell your mom thank you for me? I feel so bad. I remember one time I was in the hospital on Christmas and I kept apologizing to the nurses for being there. Like, obviously there's other people in the hospital that they need to be there for, but I was like, it's all my fault that these people are here. But I appreciate your mom. I'm sure the other people there appreciate her too. Please, Hyper, tell her thank you for me. And she hates her job because she's underpaid. A lot of nurses hate their jobs, don't they? I hope it gets better for her. We'll make a Thanksgiving wish that she gets a raise. Or I'll write an email to her. to her hospital. I will. Okay, thank you, Hyper. So the pink-haired anime girl on my screen says she hopes you have a good Thanksgiving and thanks you for your service. But nurses are the sweetest people. Well, some of them are crabby, but most of them have been nice to me. But yeah, I refer to this as the politics on Christmas incident. And as you guys know, like, Mr. Okimia is a very busy man. He's a very busy guy. He was never really at home, and when he was like, he didn't really want to hang out with me. And I remember I would beg him for over a year to sit down and watch a show with me. And he never did. Never ever. And it was Christmas. And like, it got to the point where I would strategically plan out like what time he would come home. And I would start the shows I wanted to watch with him in time to where right when he walked through the door, the coolest scene was playing in hopes that he would be interested and sit down and watch it. Like, I would turn on Attack on Titan and I would time it so that by the time he got home, it was like at like an action scene or something. So I was like, okay, it's Christmas. He's gonna be in the living room. I want to watch The Grinch with him. So I turn on How the Grinch Stole Christmas. He's sitting down. He's watching it. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, we are making big moves. He's watching the movie with me. My grandpa was aware at how hard I was trying to get my dad to watch something with me. And so we get exactly 7 minutes and 36 seconds into the movie. Which Grinch? It was the new one specifically because we watched it at school and I thought it was really funny when Pentatonics in Who form started harassing him. I thought it was silly. And then she works weekends plus Friday. She has to work 4 days in a row. Oh, 4 days in a row! On weekends! Plus Friday, gross! Poor lady. Well, she had you, so she's a pretty pogger mom, and you seem to have turned out okay, so she's doing something right. And being able to raise such a nice son while being that busy, I think. What was I saying? I forget. Oh, we got exactly 7 minutes and 36 seconds into it. My dad, he's watching. He's interested. I think he even chuckled a few times. And then here comes my grandpa. Okay? In the middle of this, seeing me get what I've been trying to work for over a year. In the middle of this, the fucking movie says, now here's one thing that I don't understand about illegal immigrants. And I was like, what are you doing? Please, Grandpa, please. And it gets the conversation. My dad doesn't swear, but my dad started swearing because of how the bickering got so aggressive. They start arguing. I think they argue for 3 minutes. Curse words are said, and I think he stomped his foot a few times. I had to pause the movie because at this point no one was watching it, and then we never finished it. Because, I don't know, they wanted to watch something else after that, I guess. And I resented, I was mad at him for 3 months after that, and I remember I used the like My Little Pony AI voices to make character accurate pony responses to the situation. Like, I remember Twilight was like, I think she needs to, and that's not trauma dumping, that's me complaining about politics on Christmas. And I was like, I think Twilight was like, I think Ichigo is hanging on to it too much. She needs to forget the past and look towards the future. And then Pinkie Pie was like, well, yeah, but he was being a super duper party pooper. And then Applejack, because Applejack is his favorite pony because she's like a country lady and Applejack is canonically Republican, was like, I put his name in there. And she was like, look, Grandpa, I know I'm your favorite pony and all, but what you did just wasn't right. And then like the other countries were, not the other countries, ponies were like giving their input. I thought it was funny, and I wanted to send it to my grandpa so bad. Obviously I got over it, but it took a lot of training because back then he was like, he brought up politics constantly. like over everything. Luckily, he was never a Fox News guy. Like, he never had like Fox News constantly playing when he went to visit. He never watches the news, which I think contributes to his like I just like completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, he never watches the news, which I think it contributed to his Uncle Iroh character development. My dad is a proud Republican. I don't know why I am. I think I'm left. That's understandable. I used to be a Republican, like self-proclaimed. I was in my 15-year-old edgelord phase, so I think it aligns with that. Ironically, when I was like 12, I was more democratic. Obviously, I was like too young to really have a concept of political stances. Okay, when I was in 4th grade, it was like election year, right? It was 2012. And I remember our teacher was explaining to us like what a Democrat and a Republican is. And the way she explained it to us was that Democrats will help other countries before they help us, and Republicans will help us before they help other countries, basically. Which I don't know if that's even correct, but that's how she explained to us. And I remember my class voted for Mitt Romney at the time. So my class was majority Republican. Obviously, we had no concept of of what all of that actually meant, but I remember waking up and being like upset that Obama won, even though it didn't affect me at the time. But my grandpa had like, he was real like you couldn't sit down and breathe without him going on some sort of political rant about the same thing that you'd heard before. But my grandpa's cool in the sense that like you can just show him like an article that debunks everything that he said and he'll agree with it. Like he'll change his mind. Like he used to be I had an edgelord phase when I was 13. I did a Hitler salute in front of 2 POC girls. Walking into Home Goods in front of your mom? Piper. What is... You couldn't have waterboarded that statement out of me. So your mom, on one of her days off, on her few days off after being overworked as a nurse, is in Home Goods with her son, and he just does a Hitler salute. Piper! Just because they were... Did you do that just because they were POC? My mom understandably scolded me for that. I had the balls to do it in front of your mom. I had my edgelord phase at like 14 through 15 because I think this is like a canon event that all autistic girls, they're not accepted by the normal people, but the edgelord conservative boys will accept her. So I had a friend group of like edgelord Nazi boys, and I grew out of that phase a while ago. I know it probably was because they were POC. At Home Goods? At Home Goods. Was this in the fall? Because this seems like something that would only happen when it's cold outside. When I was like 14, I think I didn't want to go to a PE class, and I asked my teacher if she would give me detention. I just burped. If I did the Hitler salute, so that I didn't have to go to PE class, and she said no. Surprisingly. When I was at that age, I was very vocal about wanting to be a dictator. And I remember my history teacher, he liked to do like simulations. I think I told you guys this. Like he would give us like, he would assign us roles, like presidents of countries and stuff, and make us have like a class simulation of historical events just to see how it would turn out if, like kind of like Dungeons and Dragons it, just to see how it would turn out if my class was the historical leaders at the time. And he made me the president of Belgium just because he wanted to see how chaotic I was. And let me tell you, okay, Germany won World War II. They took over all of the countries except Belgium and America. And I think America was on its last legs. But me, being the president of Belgium, I staged a revolution in Belgium and divided it into North and South Belgium, and so that they could only take over North Belgium and not South Belgium, and Belgium still remained. I am the best president ever. I think it was during the fall. Yeah, that would only happen during the fall. How do I redeem myself? You just simply have to marry a POC girl or guy and suck their toes forever. Forever. Buy them coffee. No, I'm kidding. What? You know what's funny? Out of all of my edgelord phases, okay, out of all of my edgelord phases, I never said the N-word. Like, ever. Like I said some cringy stuff like, oh, black people are slaves and blah blah blah. But the N-word never left my mouth. Is that a feat? I never said a slur during my edgelord phase. I don't remember when I lost my N-word virginity. Have you guys lost your N-word virginity? Yet? I always. Sometimes people ask me to say it. I remember some girl asked me to say it when I was in the hospital. And she was shocked when I did. And I think I said the hard R. I didn't realize that she meant the A variant. I burnt my tongue this morning, so I'm kind of grumpy. I haven't said it to someone, but I've said it a few times in anger when I was alone. You stub your toe and you're just saying the N-word to yourself. I almost said it just to like recreate it in my head. Let's see, let's replace it. Let's say gamer, okay? Like you stub your toe, you're just like, oh, gamer. I was like, son of an N-word. Is that a phrase? Son of a wigga. Do people say that? I've never heard that before. Well. Are you guys vibing with this pie on the screen? I'm gonna be real, I think this is a tart. Like an apple tart. Because the crust is looking kind of thick and strange. I wonder. I don't think I'll have time to bring a pie to my classmates. I wish I could make it like warm and hot. I don't know if they like sweet things though. I didn't use the version with the A, I used the version with the R. So you stub your toe or you lose a game and you go, oh, son of a wigger, son of a wigger, son of a wigger. Okay. Yeah, my friends have a 2-year-old screenshot of me saying the hard art in Discord. I don't think I have a single like proof of evidence of me saying it. Is that a feat? There's no evidence of me saying it anywhere. You just have to take my word for it. Well, no, I don't think there's recordings of me saying it. I forgot to be muted in voice chat before. When I said it, 30 people heard it. When I was little, you guys just uncovered a core memory for me. The first curse word I ever learned was in kindergarten. And all the girls, it was the book fair. And I guess one of them bought a rather mature book for our age. And all of the girls were huddled around the book in the corner, giggling, and it was really hard to see the book. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they were like, there's a curse word in this book, there's a bad word in this book, so we're scribbling it out. And they had like just really violated that page with like a pencil, like they had crossed out that word sloppily with like a pencil. And I was like, but what's the word? I don't know what the word is. And one of them leans in my ear and like whispers, POV, you're Ichigo in kindergarten. She leans and goes, screw. And at first I didn't hear it, like I didn't understand. I was like, screw? Are you sure? Like a screw? Like a screwdriver? And she was like, shh, you can't say it. And then she immediately like sprints to the teacher and is like, Ichigo said screw. And I was so confused. So that was like the tier list. That was what began the tier list of bad words. So I never said that, and I think like after a while I learned like hell. Like when you say like what the hell? And like no one ever tells you curse words. You just kind of hear someone say something, and everyone's like, what the heck did you just say? And you just kind of have to guess what they said when you're little. Well, no, I think the next one was like crap. And then like hell. And then like eventually, you know, shit came around. Somehow. I know all the cuss words. Yeah, I'm proud to say that I know them all. I remember I asked my mom, I was like, do I know all the cuss words? And she was like, I mean, I don't know. And I was like, hey, can you tell me any ones that I don't know? And I listed them out for her. I was like, there's the SHIT word, the F word. And I remember when I realized I had never said a swear word before. I was like in 4th grade. I realized that I have free will. And I run into the bathroom. And I crouch on the floor and I cover my mouth. I cover my mouth with like my hands. And I start whispering every swear word I know. Like I'm just like, hell, shit, screw, bitch. And I get to like, I go, fuck. And then I felt really guilty after that. And I left and sat at the table really sad. And my mom was like, Ichigo, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I guess I said something I'm not supposed to. Or something like that. Like I felt like I had like post-nut clarity after. And I've never been like a swearer. Like even after being a teenager, being in high school, being in middle school, I was never a big swearer. Like I didn't like the way it felt. Like me swearing on stream, I think is like the only time I really swear, and it's only for like comedic reasons. In just cases where like I feel like the family friendly variant just simply wouldn't sound as funny. Though I tend to swap out frick a lot. But I used to never even swear like online, like texting, like ever. Not even in text. Rusty Cage has a song where every single lyric is a cuss word. There was a song called The N-Word. Let me find it. I think that's what it's called. N-Word song lyrics. There's one by Gangster Rap. Well, this isn't the song I was looking for. It was a song written by a white person, and he was like, why do you call yourself the N-word? That's a bad word. Shizzle. Don't shizzle my nizzle. I'll drizzle on your tizzle. Make you orgizzle. My belief is that if you're not directing a cuss word at someone, it's not bad. Yeah, I guess so. I feel silly when I hear like a group of white boys say the N-word. Cause like, who are you saying it to? Who there does that apply to? Oh, I have to burp. Oh, kind of. You guys want to go Christmas shopping with me after Charlie Brown? Does everyone have Charlie Brown? Like, do you guys have a place to watch it? Don't burp, you'll summon Blox burps. I forgot about Blox burps. Aren't Blox burps and wasps like kissing? Like they're bromies? Bromies? I kind of put them in the same group. And Roblox player. My grandma texted me. Stand by, stand by. She asked me an important question, so I don't want to leave her hanging because she's my grandma. Bro, I was on the phone with my friend and he's like Chinese, like an immigrant from China. So picture this experience with him having like a heavy Chinese accent, okay? I said something, I don't even remember. I said something about my grandma. What did he even say? I think I was laughing too hard, I don't remember. This was Peanut Not Buster Boy, by the way. This is one of my moderators. I think I said, like, my grandma is a good cook or something. And he was like, oh, bang your grandma or something. And he like immediately like started laughing. He was like, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, it was a reflex. I shouldn't have said that. And I was like, do you want to say that to her face? And he was like, no, I'm sorry. You're having a nosebleed? Bro, how dry is it in your room? But and I said, do you want to say that to her face? And I pulled up Facebook and showed him her. And he said, yeah, she looks like a nice lady. He said, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. And I was like, okay. I was like, I wasn't upset about it. I thought it was funny. Anyway, let me reply to her. I can't. Oh, you know what? I like complain and rub it in you guys' faces about being financially stable. The plane ticket back to America, like the round trip, is 800 something. So obviously I can't afford to like treat everybody like I did last year for Christmas. So I feel kind of bad. Dry out my DMs. I'm having like a hard time picking a gift that like. I don't like to just get gifts like because it's Christmas and I have to get a gift. Like sometimes I haven't gotten people close to me gifts on special days purely because I don't want to just get a gift like just because. Like I want the gift to have like an important, like not even important, just like something that spoke to me. Like you see a gift, you're like, oh, that would be a good gift, you know, like that. Not like, oh, I need to find a gift because it's gift day. And I guess that's fine because then that makes nobody happy, you know? I don't have finances because I don't have a job. That's reasonable, that's reasonable. I would say avoid working as long as you can, but also a lot of my money is money that I made when I was like 16, so... Deal with that way you will, but working will suck it out of you. Working will drain you. But also... You'll have some money saved up to fall back on. So I am thankful that I worked and got verbally abused in customer service. How do you guys feel that some people were served noodles by the Ichigo Okimia? Any job, I need a better PC. That's not bad. My PC was expensive because we bought it from a store. And my dad just like throws money like crazy. Like I think my PC setup was like 3,000. And he just really bought it, which I feel kind of bad because I was really like grumpy with my PC. Like I was like I'm not the type at all to like demand gifts from anybody like ever. Like that's not my character. I feel the need to preface this before I say this, but I think I was just like I had hit my limit because it was when I was in my room, right? So I had this like old crummy laptop that I'd had for like 6 years at this point, or over 6 years. And it was like starting to hit its limits. Like I couldn't like play Roblox, I couldn't use VR chat, I could barely do like games anymore, I couldn't do anything. It took forever to like load internet. And at the time, like, the internet was my only place to socialize or do anything. So it was like, now I'm literally stuck in my room with nothing to do. So I was very, like, I was going crazy. And this was shortly before I was about to, like, I wanted to be a VTuber. And I said, you know what? You guys owe me this after everything. And I got really... I still have no idea why I did this. I was too confident. Like, okay... Actually, no. Because I remember I didn't want... I remember now. Okay, I asked them I asked them if instead of getting birthday presents that year, if I could just get a computer, and I said that that's all that I wanted, and they don't have to get me like birthday or Christmas presents if they just get me a computer early. And I think it was like during like online school time anyway, so I'm mortified. I recently got the game Little Witch no Beta. Yo! Oh, the Steam sale! The Steam Black Friday sale. Do you guys want to go Steam Black Friday shopping? Because I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, what should I buy? I want to play games. So I made a little list, but I want to look at games to play. But anyway, so I got like ADHD sidetracked there, but it was like during like online school time, so they were like, let's get you a new computer to your school. By Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, look at it, I have so many games I need to play. ADHD sidetracked relatable. Bro, I get like overstimulated in my head because my brain makes lyrics lists of everything I need to talk about. I am literally getting worse at speaking English. I have a tummy ache, but I made like I think they had been saying that they were gonna get me a new computer for months at this time, like, so it was overdue. And they asked me to make a list of like everything I needed and stuff. So I asked my like computer savvy friend that I need a cheap computer that can still like, you know, stream and do all this heavy stuff that I want to do on it and game and stuff. And he helps me find like on Newegg and some other websites, like a computer, a cheap monitor, a keyboard, and you know, a mouse. And I think the total setup was like 800 something. And I take my little list to my dad. I say, hey, I made this cheap computer list of like things that we need, or that I need for the computer. It's the cheapest but best quality computer list that I can find. Here's the list. Like my current setup is all pink purely because my dad realized that he didn't know what he was talking about and got intimidated. But this first setup that I made, like, it was gray. Like it wasn't anything cute, okay? Like, because I didn't want to drain my dad's pockets. I show him my list. He goes, 800. Absolutely not. And you may be wondering, well, Ichigo, how did you end up with a $3,000 setup if that was his response? Well, I'll tell you. I was like, what? He said, this is too overpriced. And he was like, I was like, I mean, that's the price of computers nowadays. That's the cheapest computer setup that I can find. But that's not like a smoking 2008 Dell computer. Like that's not a horrible. It was like a pre-owned computer too. And he said, no, absolutely not. Where did you get this from? And I said, Newegg. And he said, I would never buy from them. And I was like, do you even know what Newegg is? And he said, listen, Ichigo, I plan what computers we buy at my job for a living. I know more than you. And that's one flaw that my dad has. He's in that like adult mindset of like, I am older, therefore you know nothing. And the reason that my setup is $3,000 and not $8,000 is purely for that reason. So he wants to go to like an in-person store to go computer shopping, to like, you know, hear from the sales professionals that are obviously going to tell him the truth and not just try to sell him things. So we go into, I don't even remember. What's the computer store? I think they had like TVs and like home security things too. Micro Center? I don't know, it had computers and TVs and stuff in it, and phones, and we go in there, we go to the computer section. He takes a look at like one of those, you know, gamer PCs, like the big fat rainbow lights, fans, gamer PCs. That one was like 1,200. They take a look at it, they go, psh, we're not buying that one. And I say, that's the one that I need. And they go, what? And I think that's when they realized that I knew more than they did, and that the current worldscape has changed from 2005. And then like at that point, an employee comes up and he's like, "What are we looking for today?" And he was like, just something that she can do her work on and also play games." And he was like, "Okay, yeah." And I said, "I need a here's what I was looking at. I need a gamer computer. I need a computer that can handle games and streaming." And I'm not sure. This is one of the things I kind of let the employees, like, "I told you so," my parents, because I didn't want to say it. But my dad interrupted and he said, "Now, can this computer, it can handle games and it can live stream, but can it still handle schoolwork?" And I thought that was a silly question. And he goes, "What kind of schoolwork? Like 3D modeling, drafting?" I go, "Google Docs." And he goes, "Oh yeah, definitely." And I think it's that at that point he realized that he can upsell my dad. And that right there is why my setup is $3,000 and not $8,000, $800. So he buys. I think at that point he got into that like, "Oh, whatever, I'm just gonna start throwing money on." He buys me the 1,500 gamer rainbow PC, right? A PC. He puts the warranty on it. We carry it out to the car. He's in this. He's already accepted the mindset of that I know more than him. Clearly, he was mistaken, and I kind of felt bad because if we just ordered what I put on the list, then none of this would have happened. But he takes me to the other micro center that has monitors, and we're looking at the monitors. He's seeing how pricey the monitors are. There's another gamer there. There's a huge wide monitor, like one of those crazy big ones. And there's a gamer guy there just chatting his ears off about how, "Yeah, this monitor is good. It's expensive, but it's good. You need a big monitor." My dad's just like, "Okay." So I'm still like thoughtful, like I'm looking for cheaper options. So my monitor I think was like 134. I'm so autistic. Like I remember specific numbers. Like my plane ticket was $876 and 75 cents, I think. But my monitor was like 134. There was a warranty on it that was like 100 for 3 years. And then he took me to the keyboard section. We got me a pink keyboard. I accidentally picked the wrong keyboard because there was a worker lady there. I was like, "Well, I want the pink one." She didn't ask me if I wanted a quiet keyboard or not. She just put the keyboard in her cart and she gave me the loudest one. So that's why my keyboard at home is like because of that. But then we go to the mouse. My mouse was $80. And of course my dad puts the warranty on everything. And that right there is why my setup is $3,000 and not $800. So I felt really guilty for him buying that for me, but that was my Christmas and birthday present. And I think it was a good investment. I need a mouse pad. I used to accidentally spill milk on mine. Bro, on the mouse pad? I always get water on my mouse pad and gamer girl sweat and it F's with it. I over-constructed a monitor for my own parts. It took a while. Or once constructed a monitor. That's cool. I wanted to build my own PC kinda, but I realized I'm too dumb for that. For some reason my notifs didn't work yesterday, but thank you Bears8 for subscribing and Aubrey. And someone else, I think. Is it weird if I remember the most hyper-specific things and forget the most basic stuff sometimes? Yeah, I literally can't do basic math, but I remember every goose fact I've ever learned. But don't try to build a monitor. It's more complex than building a PC. The thing that pissed me off about my monitor is I think like a month in or less than a month in, it got 2 dead pixels on it. Like pixels that were randomly a different color. And then I'm not sure if it was dead pixels because it was only on certain screens that happened. Like if I was on my home screen, there would be 2 dead pixels in different spots. But if I opened my windows, like my internet tab, they would disappear. And if I was on Pinterest, there was a dead pixel line in a little section. But if I wasn't on Pinterest, that wasn't there. So I thought it was really weird. I'm like, is it really a dead pixel or not? Not everyone does that. There's programs to test and fix that. I tried. Obviously, it was like a new monitor, so I didn't want to do... Because my current reaction when things stop working is to just hit them, because at that point, they can't get any more broken. But someone said to like gently push on the screen, so I tried that. I went to one of those websites that is supposed to fix it. It doesn't happen like that on every screen, so it doesn't bother me that much. And you guys can't see it, so... Update your drivers, buckle. It was freshly updated. I missed my old computer. This computer is good. It's a laptop. It's not like it's no pink gaming setup, but yeah. You guys want to look at Steam list with me? Oh, or Christmas shop. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Last year I think I spent like $200 on everyone's Christmas presents. This year, I think I can only afford like $70. Well, no. There's a small business. Small businesses are expensive, but there's like a... I guess it's not a small business anymore. But it's like, it's not like a chain business, I guess, but it's a luxury chocolate business. And I found out about it like a year ago. And, Deep Rock Galactic and Metal Gear Rising Revengeance are great games. I'll look it up when we go on Steam. I'll take your word for it, but it was like a fancy chocolate brand, like a box of them are like $20 per box, and they have really good reviews, like 5 stars on everything. They sell out almost instantly upon restock. They're even upping their prices, so obviously people are, you know, fine with paying for these and stuff. And all the reviews are great. I've never seen a single bad review. It's really high quality chocolate. And I remember reading, like, seeing it like a year ago. I was like, oh, I hope one day I can afford these. Because I would love to treat my family to some, like, luxury chocolate and stuff. I'm shit at telling stories. You guys know this because I sidetrack. Like this is like a bubble chart, like a bubble graph. Like, I'm talking about something, and then if that story in the middle of it reminds me of another story, I'll just trail off and so on, and then gradually backtrack through each story I was telling. But I told you guys I've been, well, I don't even know what the word is, reflecting? Because I told you guys that I was not burnt out, not sad. I genuinely don't know what the word is. I told you guys that I felt weird because I spent all of my time being productive and no time relaxing, but the things that I was doing to put depressed. I'm not depressed. Not over that anyways, but like I said, like, I spend all my time doing productive things or things that like benefit me actively, but these things also make me happy. I'm not burnt out. That's the thing. It's weird. Like, I'm not complaining about it. It's not bad. Like, I told you guys, like, I'm studying, I stream, I go to school. Autistic? Yeah, I think I'm just autistic. I think it's just the autism kicking my ass. But like I do my flashcards, I study, I stream, I go to school, I do my homework, and like some other hobbies that are actively like still things that productive people do. Like reading books, reading courses. Like, those are all things that I enjoy, and they're all things that I have to do every day, and they're things that contribute to my better future overall. Like, I'm in a better place tomorrow than I was today if I do those things. So they're things that I both need and want to do and enjoy doing. So there's no reason to... I'm not complaining about them. They don't upset me. I enjoy them. But I can't... If I sit down and I'm just watching a movie and I'm not doing something actively, I get nervous. I get upset. It's then that I feel burnt out. Like relaxing, it makes me feel burnt out. Like, if I'm sitting in the bath, I start to get like anxious after 10 minutes. Like, oh, I've been in here too long. I need to go do some stuff. And that sounds like an unhealthy relationship with it, but it really just I can't tell if I'm just, if it's just something that I want to do, like, because I enjoy doing these things. Do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and suddenly have an existential crisis, or is it just me? I don't know if body dysmorphia is the word, but I have like appearance dysmorphia because I genuinely, like, sometimes I don't recognize myself. And I found out that women, for 1 week of the month, our faces literally change, like, structure slightly. Like, we literally look different. So I think that that's what that is. Like, because I saw some girls online talking about it, like, is it, like, do you guys ever just look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself? And someone said, yeah, like, 1 week of the month, your face changes its structure slightly. And we were like, what the hell? Why? It was so funny. It's the PMS week, right? Like, the week before your period, your face changes its shape. You become uglier, amongst other things. Like it makes you paranoid. It makes you nervous. It makes you stressed. It makes you sad. It makes you crazy. And the key thing that I thought was funny about this is that someone said that this also, there's a thing in your body that makes it so that next month when it happens again, you forget that it happened before. And I never thought about this because every month it catches me off guard. Like, I'm like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And I like, after the end, I'm like, wait, I think I'm just PMSing. And no one ever told me that you forget that happens. And I was like, wait, do I forget that happens? Is that why it catches me off guard every month? Do I actually legitimately forget that happens? And I was like, I think I do. Because every month it catches me off guard. Women, yeah, women. There are literally only 3 days out of the month that women are normal, like your authentic selves, without being bombarded by the side effects of hormones. And that makes me very sad. But what was I saying? I forget. Oh, but like, I'm not burnt out at all. Like, I'm not upset about the things I do. I just kind of, sometimes I'm like, I wish I was like normal people where I could just like eat ice cream and watch a movie and not feel guilty. What about men? Men's cycles are 24 hours. Women's cycles are 30 days, roughly. Mine's more like 25 or 27. But so women have their cycles where we're like normal. I forget the name of the periods, but like there's like your period where you're just like dying and you're tired, and then the period of time directly after that, you're very awake and energetic and stuff, and the best you've ever been, like you're happy. And then there's the ovulation where you just become a horny animal in heat. And then PMSing, which is like the prep for your period. Basically, PMSing is your body's pregnant, basically. Your body thinks that it got pregnant because ovulation is horny sex breeding time, and PMSing is your body preparing for pregnancy. So you're basically experiencing pregnancy, and you start to get cravings, and you eat a bunch, and your hormones are effed up, and you smell bad. And then your period is your body realizing, oh, we're not pregnant. And then it kind of all, you get to go through that whole hellish experience all over again every month for the rest of your life. And obviously men don't get pregnant, but men's cycles in that sense are in 24 hours. And it aligns with the way that the day goes. So like your period / like sleepy time is like at nighttime, and then like when you wake up, that's when your like awake period is, and so on. It all aligns with the day basically, which is why men don't really notice it, but theirs are 24 hours roughly, and women's are 30 days, which is what women kind of have to, because there will be weeks in the month where you're just like tired, like all day every day, because for men they're tired at sleepy time. So it's very weird. I literally don't know why God designed it that way, but yeah, I'm always tired. I think you have chronic fatigue Oh, I think I told you guys I have chronic fatigue, chronic sleepy disorder. I was thinking about it really hard. And I think I got to the point where it wasn't chronic fatigue anymore. I think it was just seizures. Because as I'm learning more about seizures, okay, there's like literally like, I hate no disabled person. Welcome to the disabled club, Hyper. I had chronic fatigue. I don't know much about seizures yet because I tried reading about them, but there's literally like hundreds of kinds of seizures. Like it's hard to find a compressed list of like just like summaries of what different seizures are, because they all is neurodivergence a disability? Yeah, it counts as it. Autism counts as a disability. ADHD, I guess. I see ADHD people try to lump themselves in with autism, but I really don't think that's the case. I would say that ADHD can be like a learning disability. ADHD definitely makes things harder, but it's not autism, because autism... Hi, Elver, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good dinner. Autism is like... it actively affects your personality. You know? Like autism is what makes me able to like... I don't know, this is probably like a weird example. Probably not a good example. I was gonna say it's what makes me able to stream for like 7 hours sometimes, just because I don't really get tired of it because I like it. Is she done going live? No. I'll be here for a while. But it's what makes me... I don't get burnt out of things that I like. It's what makes me obsessed with geese. It's what made it easier for me to learn Japanese, because I literally sat in my room and studied Japanese all day every day for 3 months. Because I was hyper fixated on the language learning aspect. It's what makes me able to do math above 3rd grade level right now. It affects your personality. Like it actively, like if I didn't have autism, I would actively be a different person, you know? Like I could talk about this forever. Like autism, it affects you in a way that like other disabilities don't, which is one of the... I think I said this in another like video when I was complaining about TikTok and how like everyone claims to have autism and makes autism jokes. And I was like, compare it to literally any other illness, like cancer or like schizophrenia. I know I make schizophrenia jokes a lot, but I kind of have an excuse, like I have the right to do that because I suffered from it like when I was 15 due to like medication, but it's gone now, so I kind of feel bad for making schizophrenia jokes. But I'll use that as an example. Like imagine if people made like oh, leukemia or cancer or cerebral palsy jokes over little things all the time like they do with autism. But that even then, that's not really comparable, because cancer, aside from like, you know, that person probably being depressed and despairing, it's not gonna change your like personality, basically, aside from, you know, just the side effects of having an illness that make you kind of like recluse or upset. I don't know if I'm autistic, but I have a couple diagnosed autistic friends I know. They think I am. Yeah, we can tell. If your autistic friends say that they think that you are, that's a pretty good sign. Autistic to autistic communication. We can always tell. But what was I saying? But like those are, I guess those count more as illnesses than disabilities. But then again, like you don't have to be born with a disability. Like someone without a leg can be disabled, you know. But autism is one of the disabilities that you are born with, like cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, dyslexia. But like, I don't know about cerebral palsy because I haven't researched it enough, but like dyslexia and ADHD aren't gonna change your personality in the sense that autism does. And autism and Down syndrome are comparable, I feel. Because Down syndrome affects your personality as well. But I would argue autism affects it more just because of the way that the brain is wired. Because autism and Down syndrome are comparable, but they're still different. But I would call them sister disabilities. But like autism, like it gives you like your hyperfixations, your vocal speech quirks, masking. Masking is a big one. You can like absorb the way people around you are acting and speaking and stuff to blend in or try to, without realizing it. Lining things up in rows. And then there's like the negative parts, like executive burnout, which I suffer from a lot. Which is like, you can have everything in front of you that you need to do. You want to do it, you're ready to do it, but you don't do it. Which I thought that was just ADHD, but I guess not. Like sometimes I'll sit down to make my schedule. I'll have my little editor open. All I gotta do is pick what games I want to play and stuff. And I'll open YouTube and just like start watching YouTube videos. I'll be tired of watching YouTube videos and I'll still be watching YouTube videos. Or I'll just space out. And then there's like the social aspect of it, of like, that neurotypical people can always tell and they'll outcast you. Like, it affects a lot. But yeah, it's autism. I would consider it a disability because the way that the world isn't designed to work for autistic people. But I wouldn't consider autism a bad thing at all. There's bad parts of it, but there's bad parts of everyone's personalities and lives that they have to work through. I think most of my personality is stolen from my best friend. I feel guilty because I feel like I stole everything funny about me from other people. You guys want to know something that I think about daily? My out-of-pocketness, like the way that I'm randomly like, oh my gosh, I have gamer girl goo on my cardboard desk, or I have diarrhea and I've shit myself 3 times in the last year. Like those grimy, horrible, I guess those aren't really traits, those are just things that happen, but that like cringy griminess of my personality was created like by me. Like I created my personality in 4th grade, and this is gonna sound weird, but I was like, I don't know how nobody knew I was autistic when I was little, but till 4th grade I was like kind of like really just like dull. Like I remember I didn't have any music I liked, I had no interests, I didn't like anything, I had no friends, I had no goals. I was really just like depressed because I had nothing that I enjoyed. And I was really like boring. Like I was a dull kid, you know. And there was I was in class one day and I was talking like I was kind of talking a little like a lot, like just kind of pretending to be annoying, like just like to tease my classmates. Like I don't even remember. I was trying to like deliberately annoy them, I guess. And they were like, oh my gosh, Ichigo, you're so annoying, haha, and blah blah blah. And they were kind of like joking, call me stupid because I was pretending to not know something. And I sat and thought, and I was like, they actually think I'm dumb. I think I actually fooled them with this act. Not that I'm like acting right now, but I was like, they think I'm actually like this really weird person who talks a lot. That's kind of funny. Like they think I'm genuinely this way. So I was like, what if I just acted this way every day? And from that point on, I was the annoying kid at school that literally nobody liked. And I think about that often, that I deliberately decided to be weird and strange. And I'm like, is this the way that I am actually? Because your personality is literally just habits. Like you can change your personality by building up habits and just forcing yourself to stick to those habits and personality traits. And your personality will change. And I think about that often. And I think about, sometimes I look back and I'm like, if I never made that decision in 4th grade to be weird, I would be a very boring person still, I think. But when I think about it often, it stays in my mind. Because why did young me like decide to do that? Like what if everyone thought that I was just actually annoying unironically? Because obviously, like, it's funny on stream when I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I broke my no shitting myself streak of 3 years. It's funny, it's out of pocket, but nobody wants to be friends with someone like that in real life. And I thought that their reactions to that were just so funny because I know that I'm not gross in real life, but they don't. So it was funny to me in 4th grade. Now, obviously, I'm a bit more mature now, and I don't go around talking to people, telling them that I have diarrhea all the time. But it's I think I've developed a nice balance because this is my personality. It's real now. But I think about it often. Hi, Maddie, Lulu, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. An illness means something that can be cured, so I don't really think ADHD/autism is a mental illness. Well, yeah. It's not a mental illness. It's a disability. Okay, so if I quit Overwatch, I'll stop being a fat loser. No, keep playing Overwatch. But yeah, something I notice a lot is like, because I'm in a lot of autistic parent groups on Facebook just to like correct them. A lot of them view autism as just the worst thing ever, which there are literally worse illnesses, not illnesses, but like disabilities your child can be born with. Like I've seen babies with oversized heads, babies whose just bodies were just misshapen and they're stuck in like a permanent circle shape forever with all their organs in it. I've had family members whose like their babies are born with their organs outside of their body. Like they're not illnesses, disabilities. In that case, I guess it's an illness because the baby needs surgery so it can be fixed. But they're still disabled. But there are like things that your baby can be born with that are gonna financially hinder you for the rest of your life and also make their life miserable. And I feel like in the scale of that, autism is not something to be upset over. And there are parents that post, they're like, I'm new here, I just found out that my daughter has autism and I'm absolutely heartbroken. I hate myself for giving my daughter this horrible illness. They always say, they say my pride is damaged. That's a reoccurring word. They say my pride is hurt. What? Because autism is like your child always had autism, right? You know, like they were born with it. They were always autistic. And up till this point, you were proud of your child, you liked showing them off, but now that you know there's a label to the way that they are, you don't like it anymore? It's really weird. But I think it's just like, not to mention, like the people using autism as an insult on TikTok, like the people who are like, or even like other disabilities, like a Down syndrome. Like when I see people say, like someone said Ice Spice kind of looks like she has Down syndrome, which I kind of agreed with that. I don't think that's an insult. And people were like, oh, how dare you say that about her? That's such a horrible thing to say. Why? Like, it's so weird. Like, imagine a Down syndrome person watching you say that, being like, what? And people do the same thing with autism. And someone asked, like, the new insult on TikTok is calling someone acoustic. I would literally be called the tarred slur than be called acoustic. Because it's just a reoccurring reminder of that the people on TikTok don't have any concept of what autism actually is. Because my friends and my family have seen, like I went on a rant on my getting over it stream about this. Yeah, restarted. No, and then people get all defensive like when people say that too. Like, well, who cares if you are? Life will go on. But like I talk about this on my getting over it stream a little bit, but like I've been told by my friends that the reason that we're friends is because you have autism and you're so sweet and you're not all judgmental and weird and it makes you have all these cute interests and you're such a cute girl and it makes you so nice. And they say that it makes me nice because I'm not really into drama and stuff and I'm just really like easy to please basically, which I don't take that as an insult. Like, you can give me an ice cream cone, I'll be eternally grateful. Like I'm low maintenance, I guess. But like that's not all it is, and I feel like TikTok thinks that autism is just being shy and introverted and kind of awkward. But like, it's like my friends and family see that it's not always that. And also, let me look up my sources to see if I'm correct here before I say this. Let me check. Yeah, autism typically always comes with other health problems. The conditions that overlap with autism generally fall into one of 4 groups: classic medical problems such as epilepsy, gastrointestinal issues, or sleep disorders. We hit all 3, bro. Developmental diagnoses such as intellectual disability or language delay, and mental health conditions such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Let's read on chat, this is kind of interesting. Obsessive compulsive disorder or depression. I have all of these. Genetic conditions including Fragile X syndrome or tuberous sclerosis complex. But yeah, autism tends to always come with other things. Which, you know, could be because of the, like, autism. Is autism extra or lack of a chromosome? Autism extra chromosome. Let me see. Is it a missing chromosome? Was I wrong? I thought Down syndrome was missing chromosome. Okay, what, huh? Okay, it's both, apparently. I didn't know that. I thought it was one or the other. It's common in children missing or having an extra chromosome, apparently. I didn't check to see how accurate that was, but it had a medical website, so we'll go with that for now. But something with chromosomes, but it tends to always come with other health problems, and obviously you guys know that I have a bunch of health problems, but it's like TikTok thinks that it's entirely just like, is OCD actually the neat freak stuff? It's always portrayed as, or is the media lying? I'm actually really glad that you asked about that. Hi Avi, hello. Like when in 6th grade, I still remember this. There was a girl in 6th grade that organized her markers in rainbow order and said that she has OCD, and that pissed me off. Because, like, I can actually give you an example of it right now. But it's kind of dangerous for me to do because I don't really want to get into it again. But it's like liking aesthetic things is not OCD. I'll give an example because this actively hinders me. I go through phases where it's worse than others. How's your Thanksgiving? It's really good. I went out for sushi. I hope your Thanksgiving is going well. But obviously other people's OCD might be different, but it's not, it has nothing to do with being neat, I feel. Because I'm not a very neat person. Kind of when I was little, anytime I cleaned my desk or organized other people's desks, I would kind of stack things really weird and symmetrically, and it was really ugly, like it didn't look good at all. Because I couldn't handle things looking natural. But an example of how it affects me is like things like Christmas shopping. I spend months deciding what I want to buy. Like I have to go through, I put it on my wish list, I scroll through it daily and vividly imagine if I want to buy this or not and remove it. Then I put it in my cart and it stays in my cart for weeks. And sometimes I don't even end up buying things. And then, like, before I came to Japan, I wanted to be prepared. And I was like, oh, I need to pack my bags and make a list of things I need to bring to Japan. But before I do that, I need to make sure that I have everything that I want to bring. So now that means that I need to go shopping, and you already know how long it takes me to go shopping. And oh, but I need to make sure that there's nothing else on the website that I want. So that means that I need to scroll through every single category for hours at a time just to make sure that there's nothing else that I'm missing. But that's a pretty tame example. But one of them that hinders me, let me open MS Paint so I can put like a little example if I can. Because I'll show you. Because this occupied, like I had to mentally train myself to not allow this to affect me when I was doing my homework as a kid. Alright, we got MS Paint. Why did they change the layout of MS Paint? This is horrible. Alrighty, window capture. Uh-oh. Alrighty, paint. Blink. Uh-oh. It's a bit black in here, isn't it? It's a bit dark. It's a bit dark, chat. Interesting. Sorry, chat. Bear with me. That's so weird. Let me... Uh-oh. I thought I'd be better at this by now. Why it black, chat? Why it black, gamers? Alrighty, let me... I wanna show you because it's really hard to describe. I have to write it out. Window capture. Okay. Why is it black? That's so weird. That's so bizarre. Anyway. I guess I'll just have to describe it. Wait, can I use the other paint? Maybe it's protesting. 1 second. Got Paint 3D. I think this was propaganda to make me use Paint 3D. Yeesh. Is this the... There we go. Is it gonna work for Paint 3D? Chat, I think it's still black. It's still black, chat. But anyway, do I have any art programs on here aside from this? Let's see. I have a... I don't know. Oh wait, I'll just try to describe it, I guess, though it's not really fun. I swear there was... I've pulled up paint on here before. But like, when I was doing my math homework or writing, if I was writing, like, if I drew like a 6 and the little loop at the bottom goes woo, like the end of the 6 at that loop doesn't perfectly overcross, like if it's not passing the line, the long part of the 6, if there's a gap between that end and the line, I would have to fill it in. I'd have to fill it in a very specific way. And that goes for every other thing that I wrote. If lines were barely touching, I had to color them in. If there were gaps in writing, I had to color them in. And it would take forever for me to write correctly. Obsessive compulsive disorder features a pattern of unwanted thoughts and fears. Known as obsessions. These obsessions lead to repetitive behaviors, also called compulsions. Yes, it literally is almost like Tourette's sometimes, because the one I'll show you guys that burdens me the most. I go through phases where it's really bad, and where they like phases now where it's fine. But like, I tap, and it can be like on the desk, but it has to be like, it's usually like this. Like it's not like it's not at a particular beat. It's typically like this. And it happens when I'm typing specifically, but when I'm typing, it's usually when I'm typing essays for school. And like I'm typing my words and then all of a sudden my hand will get paralyzed and I'll stop. Good night, have a good night. And I'll be like in the middle of a word. And for some reason my brain will decide that I pressed the key incorrectly, that I didn't press it right, it didn't feel correct going down. What are you thankful for today? I'm thankful for that pickle juice cured my chlamydia. Well, I'm so happy. I'm thankful for you, IDM7. But like when I'm typing essays, like my hand will just stop. Like I won't even have time to think about it. My hand will stop in the middle of a word. I have lost paragraphs that I've written in essays before to this. Sometimes I'll have to go back. Like, so I'll press the backspace button however many times that my brain decides I need to press it for it to be a correct press. So I'm erasing my essay that I wrote as I do this. I'm like, so that like I get it right when I press the key. And then bam, my entire paragraph that I wrote is gone. And then sometimes I'll just be writing like the same letter over and over and over and over until it's the right amount of clicks or whatever. And I do this with my I used to sit and like go like till I did the right amount of clicks. And I used to have to end every sentence I did with and people were like, Ichigo, you're such a freak. What if we shove you in the locker and cut your hair off? And no, I'm kidding. I never got my hair cut off, but like I understand why I was bullied now, but like I used to do it like quieter. It was more like it wasn't. It was more like it was really weird. And I would like just kind of sit and go like till it was the correct amount of and I have to touch things properly. Like if I touch something too gently, I have to go back and touch it correctly. Like if things just brush barely over my fingers, or if I accidentally brush against something in the hallway, or if I like touch the light switch too gently, I have to go back and touch it harder so I've touched it the right way. And that means that if I touched someone, I brushed against someone incorrectly in the hallway at school, that means that I'm going to chase after them in passing period so that I can touch them correctly. Oh, aren't they lucky? But I would do that, like, I go through phases still where I still do that, especially the keys. And this is like, you put it all together, that's a lot of time lost to just OCD. And then you incorporate the ADHD and the autism and just the overall just lack of health that I have. I don't get a whole lot done. Really. Or like, not really that, but like, or goodness, what else? There's gotta be other things, but those are the ones that affect me the most. So that's what, like, I remember, like, my mom, when she found out that I had ADHD, she would deliberately try to trigger it. Like, she would deliberately, like, touch me gently and, like, kind of sit there all giggly to see what I would do. And she would laugh really hard when I would go and touch her back. I guess at the time, it's, like, cute when it's, like, a kid doing that. But I feel like she didn't understand how serious it was, I guess. Which is, like, it's not serious, it just makes me kind of a freak. But it affects me when I'm trying to write essays and stuff and typing or just talking, like okay, I'm gonna trigger it now. I'm gonna be doing it a bunch. It's gonna be so weird. But and then like so that's like what my OCD is. I wouldn't say that I'm a neat person at all. I'm kind of precise. I always make lists and plans, but that's also more autistic of me. I have thoughts I'm about to get in the shower, like you're recording, everyone can see your body, the camera's spying on you, and then it repeats over and over forever. I don't think that's normal. When I was little, this is gonna sound freaky, but no freakier than anything I've told you guys. I have no idea when this thought came, but only when I was pooping as a kid. I was convinced that everyone in the world could see through the walls. So no matter how urgently I ran into that bathroom, no matter how much diarrhea I had, how urgently I had to go, I would do this 1-minute process before releasing anything, and I would vividly imagine, this is so specific, I would vividly imagine a force field going across the door, across the doorknob, across every, you know, like doors have those little kind of like square cutouts, like there's like 2 long ones at the bottom and like 4 square engraved at the top or whatever. At least my doors had that, or sometimes it's just like 2 long ones or 4. But I would vividly imagine then force fields going over each of those little engrations, because those are weak points in the force field, of course. I would imagine force fields going over the floor, all the walls, and the ceiling, and every pipe, every counter, every cabinet, and the toilet, of course. And then, this is the real important part, I would imagine a sight-only force field going around the whole room. A force field that does not include sight blocking, but just pass blocking. Like nothing can get into that force field, but you can see through it. And then a dual force field that has both sight blocking and physics blocking going around the bathroom. And I would also like to add that in my mind as a child, both the devil and God cannot see inside that bathroom or enter it. That was a key component of my pre-poop process. And then, and only then, could I poop as a child. And I did this every single time I pooped, from like as far back as I can remember to at least 14 years old. And that's not OCD, I don't know what is. But that I've never told anyone that before. I thought I would take that to the grave with me, but we're confessing our sins today. That is what I felt I had to do as a kid for some reason. But yeah, I really, I guess I had a dream of me and some friends being on a boat. I was in there. I'm in your dreams. You were in there too, I think. Want to know where we are going? Epstein Island. Bro, tell that to some officials. I think some force is trying to give you a sign that there's something there that you need to see or something. But like, yeah, like I have ADHD, OCD, depression, and autism, and I've been told that those tend to all come together. If you have autism, you have all those. Of course, that's not for everybody, but then it also comes with like all those other health problems. Now, for me, I of course have the seizures. I have my gastro problems, which are still unnamed, but currently we think it's gastroparesis. Which is when your stomach doesn't empty food or water properly. So my stomach doesn't digest what I eat at a reasonable speed. And I have orthostatic hypotension, which is, that could be wrong now because we don't know if it's that or the seizures causing these, but I have orthostatic hypotension, which makes you, basically you're just dizzy when you stand up, but mine's obviously more than that because I just be fainting randomly. Near syncope, which I don't remember what that was, but it was similar to orthostatic hypotension, I think. And chronically low blood pressure and heart rate, which we don't know why that is either. And I also have autoimmune disorder, which makes me, how I word it since a kid, because I got this when I was a kid, I word it that I'm allergic to the cold. So whenever I get cold, I just swell up and get covered in welts and hives. It happens when I'm at the pool too. My legs get welts on them and I'm no longer a hot, sexy girl. And I get freakishly cold. Like I have to wrap up in a towel and lay in the sun and it doesn't work. And then my skin turns purple and my nails turn purple. And my lips lose their color. And I'm not a hot summer baddie anymore. I'm diagnosed ADHD, no clue about autism and other stuff. You can get an autism diagnosis, but I've heard it's expensive. I would use the tests, the online tests, as like a guide to see if you should get tested. And you can get your test, but yeah. The online tests aren't horrible, but they're not a way to get diagnosed, but they are good to like tell you if you should try to get diagnosed. But yeah, so autism, it's a very, like, it's more than just being funny and awkward and kind of quirky. My family is not dropping $2,000 for a test. Yeah, that's reasonable. The autistic community actually is very welcoming towards self-diagnosing. They actually disagree with me on that. Like, I've gotten attacked by other autistic people because I said that I don't agree with self-diagnosing. And I specifically said in any other day and age, pre-TikTok era, I think it'd be fine. But we literally live in an era where the moment a new mental health disorder drops, suddenly everyone has it. Like, the systems, the multiple personality disorder, why does every dream stan have that? Because I fully believe that split personality disorder is... Happy Thanksgiving for my well-endowed ass today. Happy Thanksgiving! I believe that split personality disorder is real. But there was a significant boom in people, specifically below the age of 18, that suddenly had split personality disorder in the recent years. And then you have the maladaptive daydreaming disorder that suddenly everyone has because they like to listen to music for a little long of a time, which I'm not gonna say that I have maladaptive daydreaming disorder, but I related to it, and then to the point where it was like, what's the word, not debilitating, but it affects my life. It still does, because I would spend entire classes at school daydreaming. If we had a test, I wouldn't do a single thing on that test, and because I'd be daydreaming. The teachers would let me sit outside in the hallway and finish my test from the last class the next day, and I would spend that time to daydream. I would spend my time at lunch daydreaming. I would spend my time on the bus daydreaming. I would spend my time before bed daydreaming. I would stay up late just to daydream, and I've stayed in bed till 6 p.m. to daydream. So that's what I picture maladaptive daydreaming is. I really don't think a majority of the population also has that, considering it prevents me from going out before the sun sets multiple times. But I'm not gonna say that I have it. But like, what's the other one? Of course, like, you know, autism. Autism, being the latest thing that everyone wants to be diagnosed with. But I said, like, in any other time where it's not common to just diagnose yourself with whatever new mental disorder is brought to light, I would be fine with self-diagnosing. But like I said, 1% of the population is autistic. I really don't appreciate, and also a lot of parents of autistic kids don't listen to self-diagnosed people anyway, and it makes people assume that you're self-diagnosed. It makes people doubt that you're actually autistic. And a lot of self-diagnosed people are very kind of like, at least what I've met, they don't say that they're self-diagnosed, they just say that they're autistic. Do you remember when Gumball Watterson killed James Charles in Minecraft? I can't say that I do. But yeah, what were we talking about before the autism thing? Oh yeah, but like, after all that, I think I backtracked on what I want to say. Because I was going to say autism isn't a death sentence. 1 second, I'm going to go AFK for a minute and go to the bathroom. B chat. Bend her over, smack her on the ass, cause her shit fatter. Hi, comers! What is up, Cum Nation? Alright, while I was in the bathroom, I was thinking... Because I was thinking about when I said that really unhinged thing about my post-poop routine. And making sure that the devil and God cannot enter the bathroom before I poop. I was thinking about, like, you know, like how parents tell kids, like, oh, God lives in your heart. And specifically Jesus. Jesus lives inside your heart. And, you know, me being autistic, I took that literally. So whenever I ate food as a kid, I pictured Jesus, you know, chilling on my heart, getting, like, waterboarded by food that I was swallowing. And so I felt really bad about it. But I was thinking while I was in the toilet a second ago, like, I was like, what compels parents to, you know, act like, say things like that? Like, that's stereotypical things that parents say. Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So-and-so lives in your heart. Your grandma lives in your heart. Your dead grandma lives in your heart. Like, I can't imagine saying that to a kid. Not that there's anything bad about it, obviously. But being like, this thing lives inside you. Like, I can't picture saying that to a kid. Maybe I'll get it when I'm older. Am I a bad person if I poke fun at my friend's scoliosis? I think friends poking fun at your health problems is really funny. I think it cheers me up. They're trying to comfort you, I guess. I just like, I can't picture it. I don't know. Because I get it, you know? Like, I ain't got nothing against Jesus. I think he's a chill guy. I just can't picture, like, going up to a kid and being like, Jesus lives inside your heart specifically. Maybe I just don't get it, but like, I was thinking when I was on the toilet, I was like, one time, oh my gosh, hi Wasps, my literal boyfriend in real life. One time I was at a funeral, because a nice lady at church, she's a really sweet lady. She took me out of my room, which not a lot of people did. She took me out to eat out of my room. And I was like, I remember contemplating if I should trauma dump on her that my mom was abusive. But like, I was eating my pancakes, but her husband died when I was little, and they had the funeral at a church because our church was very close. And I was like 8 or something at the time, like real young. I mean, I was like 11 or 10 or something, maybe like 10. I was a kid, and I went up to hug her during the funeral, and oh wait, my chat is incorrect. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, I gotta set you guys straight. Did I do this right? I don't think I did it right. Are you genuine with that wasp stuff? I can't tell social cues good. No, I just decided to bully wasps or harass him. From that one stream weeks ago, I just decided to pick a random... It was on my mind. I was like, what if I picked the next viewer and started saying that they were my boyfriend? And then Wasp joined. I was like, perfect timing, and I've just rolled with it since then. And nobody has told me to stop, so I just keep going. Is this good? What the frick? 800? This is so confusing. Anyway, whatever. But like, I was at her husband's funeral. I went to hug her, and you know, she hugs me and stuff. Why can't you harass me? Because you're canonically a minor, and I'm not trying to pull a dream scheme, you know. That's what the mask is. The nightmare. The nightmare. This is a tough one. I can't breathe when you're not there. I forgot about that. My bad. No, it's okay. I forget that I am not one anymore too. But I'm at her funeral. She hugs me. She's like, like after hugging me, to my like, I get that we all get affected by grief in different ways. Like sometimes a sad thing happens, you just don't give a shit what you do anymore. But she looks at like 10-year-old me and goes, "Do you know where my husband is right now?" And I'm like, you know, 10-year-old me, I'm autistic, and I say, I mean, I didn't know him well, so I can't say for sure. And then she just looks at me with like the most distraught face, and I go, you know what? Heaven, he's in heaven. And she hugs me and says, that's right, he's in heaven, baby girl. Why would you ask a 10-year-old where your husband went after death? What the hell? Like, cause I don't get rhetorical questions. I think I told you guys that I don't get rhetorical questions, so I answer that question honestly. It's like, oh no, the freaking meme. Yeah, because you said that's what the mask is. But like, yeah, it was, I don't know, that was a weird experience, but I was just thinking about that while I was in the bathroom, as you do. But what was I saying? But yeah, I don't get why, you know, after going off about how debilitating autism is and all of its side effects, answer rhetorical questions with a rhetorical answer. Do you want to know what I think? What I used to do in high school when I was in high school, for like the short amount of time that I was there were boys that would like ask me creepy things and send me creepy pictures. And I would bring it up in class. Like I would say, you sent me this and asked me to do this, you creep. And they would say, no I didn't. And so everyone's looking at me. And what I would say is, you can either admit you're wrong or I can show everyone why you're wrong. So basically it's saying you can't say, yeah, I did something creepy and leave it vague like that, or I can specifically show everyone what you said, and I think that's even worse. And that tended to work. But I don't remember why I just said that, but like, yeah, but like a lot of parents, they act like autism is a horrible thing, or like people on TikTok, they're like, are you acoustic? No, you're probably saying that because you're acoustic. It's so, I've never said that, it sounds so weird. Because you're acoustic. No, you're acoustic. I would literally rather be called a slur than be called acoustic. It's really weird, but like, yeah. I always chew on stuff. Is that normal? I chew holes in my shirt, and I have my grandparents keep a little phone message recording of me when I was like 4, and my mom's in the background, and it was like the leave a message tone, and they hang on to it. And it was my mom being like, I don't know if it's recording or not. And then she goes, oh, Ichigo, you have another hole in your shirt. And I go, what? And she goes, you have another hole in your shirt. You chewed another hole in your shirt. And I said, I didn't even do it today. And then the message ends. And my grandparents hang on to that. But I used to just chew holes in my shirt. And I remember I used to rip the like fabric off of my blankets and chew it up into little balls. Like a weirdo. But yeah, what were we talking about? We were talking about burnout. I just realized, wait, let me see. We haven't watched Charlie Brown yet. Oh no. What's the time? Okay, it's 11:06 right now. Charlie Brown's 25 minutes. So if that's 15, 25, 30. I don't know. I don't know. We have time to talk too much. Do you guys want to move the Charlie Brown to tomorrow and continue the conversation? I feel really bad. We've never missed Charlie Brown before. Hello. Bro, where did the time go? Maybe I'll start getting up earlier so I can stream earlier, because I like having more than 2 hours to talk. But like, yeah, autism is it's a personality trait, right? It affects your health, it affects your personality, it affects everything about you. I was trying to remember what I was gonna say about it. But yeah, I talked about it a bit ago in my Getting Over stream, but like, Like, my friends say it makes me sweet and stuff, but one of them said something that kind of like upset me like a month ago, and it was still in my mind, or like over a month ago. Because I've always thought that like my friends, they're very like, obviously they don't treat me differently, and that's why we're friends, and I appreciate that they don't treat me differently. And one of them was upset about something a bit ago, and they said that they feel like they can't have deep conversations with me because they feel like my thoughts are very surface level. And they said, it's nice because you're happy and very sweet all the time, but it feels like I can't talk to you about deep, like complex topics. It feels like you're not able to comprehend them, I guess. Which I'm like, I mean, I can comprehend complex topics. I thought you thought that I could, but it basically was like, yeah, this whole time I thought that you were at a lower brain level than me. I guess, like, it wasn't a mean thing to say, I guess, but it was on my mind. It was like, because this whole time I've been like, oh, my friends don't treat me differently, and they're really nice to me. They don't treat me different. They treat me just like everyone else. They know that I can do what they can too. And then when I say that I want to get a job, they're very like, oh, no, don't do that. What if you have a seizure again or something? But like, oh, you guys are on Thanksgiving break. So if I go to school and I come back, it'll be like 1 a.m. So then I think we can watch Charlie Brown at 1 a.m. if you guys are fine with that. If you guys are awake. That'll be jolly then. I think we can still watch Charlie Brown today. But oh wait, you guys are on Thanksgiving break. That means I can stream after school. Now. Oh, I could have been doing that all week. Why haven't I been doing that all week? I forgot that you guys were on Thanksgiving break. I can do that. I got time. Alright then. 1 a.m. Charlie Brown. But like, what was I saying? But yeah, like autism affects a lot. Like, I genuinely wouldn't be the same person if I wasn't autistic. I'd probably be much more successful. I would probably be like a politician in training with like a fat ass or something. Fatter than I already have, but like obviously healthy and stuff. I'm like working, though I'm not sure I would be speaking Japanese or living in Japan or being cool and funny. I think I'd be a boring person still. So I'm happy that I have autism. I'm happy I have it. Some days I cry and I'm like, I wish I didn't have it and I wish I was normal, but I like being the way that I am, and I like the way that my life has turned out so far. Though there were some arcs that I wasn't too fond of. It all led me here, so I'm thankful for that. Be like that sometimes, yeah. Like there were periods in my life, specifically that 2-year period where I was just like why did anything that I do matter anyway if it was all just gonna lead up to this point? Because I did everything right. I had good grades, I went to school, and I still was set back further than everyone else because of what happened. And there was like at some point, you know, after I got out of the hospital and things started getting better and I moved out and I'm in my own place now and I'm streaming regularly. At some point I was like, you know, all of that stuff led to me being here, and I wouldn't change it at all out of fear of the butterfly effect keeping me from coming back to this point. Because all of that stuff led me to this point, so it was worth it. It was fine. I would do it all again then. To get to this point. I wouldn't change a single thing about my life right now. And sometimes I wish I would, and I catch myself. Because I love where my life is currently, and I love everyone in it. And you guys. And what I do. But yeah, like I wish that like TikTok wouldn't water down the definition of autism. TikTok and YouTube specifically. I already complained about, but like people who take the autism test for entertainment, those people use it as a joke. I wish that they wouldn't, because it irks me and I want to inflict violence on people. I want to unleash my autism super strength. I want to increase the statistic of violent autistic people. What's worse, YouTube Shorts or TikTok? TikTok, definitely TikTok. TikTok by far. TikTok. Yeah, I would consider autism a disability. But I still wouldn't consider it a bad thing. It's purely because the way that the world was designed to not really... What's the word? Accompany? Comply? Accommodate autistic people very well. Is the reason that I would say it's... Like, if we were all just in a tribe and everyone just tried to help everybody the best they can, I think that autism wouldn't be a disability. Put it that way. Though the life expectancy is still kind of short for autistic people. I'm almost more than half my life expectancy, guys. Apparently, allegedly. But like... Yeah, what was I saying? This started when I was talking about... At least TikTok doesn't have Skibbity Toilet. I literally haven't even watched the Skibbity Toilet video because I heard it's for Gen Alpha, so I think my computer knows that I'm not part of Gen Alpha, so it doesn't show it to me. It doesn't show me what the youth is watching. But... Oh yeah, I was talking about like how I've always been productive and haven't don't really relax much by definition. Because this is relaxing by my definition, but I never sit still and just watch a movie. I'm always watching movies while like I'm working or studying or something. But I need to... Oh yeah, I was going to tell you all... I'm trying to backtrack now and remember the order in which I entered these conversation topics. There's a 3-4-year-old at Thanksgiving. I wonder if he fucks with Skibbity Toilet. He's Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha scares me. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I have chronic fatigue, right? And I was saying that... Ow. I was saying that because I don't know a lot about seizures yet. I wouldn't, you know, consider myself a part of the seizure fandom. You know, the seizure community. I don't think I'm a valid source. I feel weird saying that I have them still. I feel like I'm lying, but I'm not valid. I have imposter syndrome about seizures, but I think that near the end of like my health, when my health was just plummeting, I don't think it was chronic fatigue anymore. I think it was like absent seizures, because at this whole time everyone was telling me that it was chronic fatigue because like it was like I told you guys, like I would miss streams because I slept for like 18 hours a day, right? And I would get out of bed and try to like clamber to my desk, like wobble to my desk to tell you guys that I would be late or I was canceling because I just couldn't keep my head up. And I would end up like falling asleep on the floor on the way there. Like I remember my family took me on a vacation and I had my laptop with me so I could watch stuff in the car. And we were at a part like on the road trip that I was really excited to see. We were at the Badlands, and this was like one of my favorite parts of the road trip. I was excited to look around everywhere. I was having a good time. And this happened multiple times in the road trip. I would get hit suddenly with like sleepiness, like to the point where like I could recognize it at this point, like that I knew that I had to close my laptop and turn it off and put it to the side so that I didn't fall on it. And then I would just black out. Like I had a few seconds of warning to put my computer away before I would just black out. And I was told that that was just chronic fatigue, but I think that those were actually absent seizures. And I watched a video of like a girl having an absent seizure, and she kind of did the same thing. Like her head would fall down, like she'd get really out of it. And that whole time, that's literally what happened to me my entire time at school. And I was just told that I was like just like sleepy, like I was just tired. Like I think that was just an absent seizure as well. Obviously I'm not sure, but based on what I've been told by my doctors and my seizure friends, the seizure fandom, the seizure community that I think that that's what that was. And I'm kind of curious why no one was like, that's not really normal for you to just be blacking out all the time. But yeah, I'm like, I think I was just having seizures back then too. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you guys what I got or what I'm planning to get, because I've been staring at the same list of items and I've made like 4 lists now of what I want to get everyone for Christmas. This was something that we've officially gone backwards in order of topic. I think I've mastered keeping track of my thoughts. This is how this started. I told you guys I was reflecting a lot because I was talking about not being burnt out. I reflected a lot. I hate using that word because it sounds cringy and it's what people always say right before they break up with you, but I reflected a lot. Or no, it's like friends say that when they randomly decide to unfriend you out of nowhere. They go, I'm sorry, but I think the spark is gone, and then they unfriend you. Like, it's that much of a burden to be friends with you. It's so weird. Maybe that's just me, but I reflected a lot, and I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm financially stable now, I guess. I'm getting used to it. And not being stingy, not feeling the need to be stingy with my money anymore. But I was thinking, because I know, like, we all have goals, right? We all look at things, like when I looked at that fancy chocolate and I was like, I hope one day I can afford to treat my family to that luxury chocolate, right? And I'm looking at it now, right? I'm like, oh, it's still kind of pricey and all that. But I realized if you don't eventually start saying, one day I hope I can do this, and you never one day do that when you can, that one day is never gonna come. Like, that's not really like a big fancy philosophical realization or anything. But I'm like, sometimes I'll want to do things, like I'll be like, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do this. And I realize that I'm in the position to do those things now. So there's no point in not doing it. And the moment I do those things, I am now living in the life that I said that I hope I can live in one day. So I think that's why I decided on these chocolates for Christmas, because they're a representation of how far I've come in a year, from being homeless to having my own house and going to school as badly as I wanted to go to school, and being financially stable and basically having everything I could have ever dreamed of. They're like a manifestation of that, and also that I wanted to just treat my family to them as well. So, but it's chocolate, so it's small. So I'm worried that my family, I mean, obviously my family is nice. They're not gonna be like, ew, chocolate, what the hell? This is all you got. But it's so small, like I'm worried they'll open it and be like, that's it? Because I get a lot of joy out of spoiling people with presents and watching them open it. Just took an autism test. It said I was probably on the spectrum. I ain't dropping 2K though. I just got hit with the Socrates 2.0 thoughts. Why is life stuff? BRB. No, I didn't mean to spark philosophical debates in your head. But I was just thinking, like, 1 year ago, I was like, oh, I hope one day I'm in Japan and I can afford this chocolate and I can afford things that I want. And now I can. And I'm like, dang, I really am living in the future that I wanted. And the thing that I've been focusing the most on is that I've been spending months trying to find a dress to wear on Christmas, because I wear the same 2 dresses for 2 years and they're kind of business casual. So I wanted to buy a nice dress, like a $20 dress. And so I've been looking at it, and it's also that thing, like, I hope one day I can afford a dress. And I think I put like a face wash on my list too. It's a pricier face wash. It's like $8, I think. But I always get dollars for face washes. So it's like I'm experiencing what I picture financial stability looks like. Like, oh, I can afford $10 face wash instead of $1 face wash. Like, visibly seeing myself moving up little by little financially, and it's just crazy to me, I guess. It sounds really weird to be happy about, but I'm just really surprised. I guess I'm really giddy about it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you're okay, Hype. But like, so the chocolates, they're like, there's like alcoholic flavors and like some just really cool flavors, like there was like masala something cinnamon, and like brown butter sage, and like whiskey chocolates. And so I wanted to get my grandpa like some chocolate and my grandma some chocolate, and I'm like picking out the flavors I think everyone would like the most. Yeah, all I learned is that I'm a lazy piece of crap. Dude, no! I don't want to make you feel that way, because I'm literally like, I'm behind everyone else my age. Like, I'm a go vent to an AI beer reviews is totally normal. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm behind everyone my age. There are people your age that are more successful than me. You're your only competitor, you know? I take forever to get things done, like a mix between my time in the hospital and just all my other things interrupting things that I want to do. And I think I've always felt unsuccessful since like 11, because I compared myself to kids who were allowed to have YouTube channels, and I wanted to be a YouTuber so bad. And at 12, I think that was the grace period where I was kind of normal. And at 13 and 14, you know, everyone back then was like, what the frick? There was like a really weird sound outside, but everyone was like, is it foggy outside? It's really ominous. Everyone was like an animation memer, like Birdie and Scootaloo Loves Sands and stuff. Everyone was making animation memes, and I couldn't because I didn't have like a free animation program. But I compared myself to those people. I compared myself to every person on YouTube my age that had blown up. Like, what's her name? Jellybean? Like, I compared myself to Jellybean a lot. But the thing is, I realize now, like, I would feel exactly the same probably. Like, you guys already make me, it's not like more so about the numbers of but just like the sheer amount of content to produce that I wish that I could. And I want to work on making more content overall for you guys, because it was like, this is gonna sound really cliche, but like, it's not about the numbers for me, because like my chat is obviously active. I wrote like a constructive piece to a VTuber friend once because they were upset that they weren't growing or whatever, and I had said something like, they would always say things like, oh, my streams are boring because my chat's not active. I just need an active chat. If my chat was just active, then my streams would be good or whatever, and then they would be more entertaining and I'd have more things to talk about. When I went into VTubing, I studied so much, and I decided that there are certain things you have to know how to do. You have to be able to talk non-stop with no one in your chat. Like, your chat should not control if you're able to speak or not. Like, that's one thing. And like, obviously, you know, like, you shouldn't have to depend on your chat to make your content interesting. But what I'm getting at is that, like, my chat's already active enough to where sometimes I get carried away talking. And sometimes, like, you guys say things, and I when I rewatch the streams, I see things that you guys said that I missed, and I feel really bad. So I'm already at the point where, like, people say things and the chat moves fast enough to where I don't catch everything, and I feel bad. And you guys are so sweet to me, and like, I did like that friendship bracelet giveaway for 100 subscribers, and I mailed the bracelets out to you guys, and like all that. Like, I'm doing things that I'm experiencing things that like big successful quote-unquote streamers can do, and then in that case, in my mind, I'm already successful. I'm already doing things that I'm proud of. I'm proud to be doing. Like, you guys already make me feel successful, I guess. I'm proud of everything that I've done and how far I've come. And you know, like, I'm working on bigger projects too, so it's like there's no In my mind, there's no difference between me and people like Jellybean in terms of the experience. That reminds me, do you still have that bracelet I asked you to hold on to me? It's not with me right now. It's in America. It's in my storage unit. But yes, I still have everything. Let me think. Yeah, I still have it. I believe so. Ah. I want a cookie. They don't sell cookies here. If you ever do get to it, I finally have an address for you to send to. Yo, really? I can do like another like Ichigo craft giveaway. I wanna like make actual merch, you know, like so I can like so you guys can have like higher quality stuff, you know. Though I know you guys like friendship bracelets. I'm sure those will be involved, but I need to save up to be able to. I want to afford like fancy art and like maybe like little vinyl stands, like little tiny like clear stands with like Ichigo art on them, so you guys can have a little me on your desk, or like body pillows or something. I would think that would be cool. Do I see the address over DMs, or do you prefer another method? If I do, or when I do another like giveaway or like merch thing, I'll post the Google Slides and then you'll put your address in there. So you don't have to give it to me yet. Only when I open the what's survey. I don't know why I forget my English words sometimes. What the frick? I have to. What is that? There's weird noises in my house. I have to go because I've talked like a long time. But I'll stream again in approximately 5 hours so we can watch Charlie Brown. I didn't mean to talk that long, but it was a good talk. It was a good talk, guys. But I have to go and get dressed for school. I've been so behind on my flashcards though, because I didn't do them yesterday and I didn't do them the day before and I didn't do them today. I don't think I have too much to catch up on. It's been fun. Thank you for the fun stream. Thank you guys for coming. I'm sorry that we didn't do Charlie Brown. We'll do it later. I haven't watched it yet either, so I haven't pulled up and everything. I didn't mean to talk that long. It was an accident. The time just flies by. It goes by so fast with you guys. But yeah, I'll head to school now. I hate wrapping it up so quickly, but I don't have a choice. But alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for 200 subs. I'm super thankful to have 200 Berrydroids. 212. And then watch Danganronpa tonight. Okay, cool. I haven't watched the anime yet, surprisingly. Thank you, Happy Santa, for reaching level. Is this 16 or 10? I think it's level 10. I thought it was 16. I was like, whoa. Where's the leaderboard? Ranks. Let's see. Whoops. I think ranks is locked. Yeah, it's locked. Is this 10? Okay, it's 10. Anime is mid. I'm gonna play the game. The games are cool too. I haven't played Ultra Despair Girls yet. How was this? Where was this? It's right up here, wasn't it? I think so. Anyway. But yeah, thank you, Hypersonic, for reaching level 10. Boink. Thank you, Anomali Ikari Gaming, for reaching level 6. I think that is 6 or 5. 6. And thank you, Albert, for reaching level 3. Thank you. Thank you, my mods, for making sure everything goes smoothly. And I thank you all so much again for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm so sorry that Charlie Brown was in this stream, but it'll be next stream today. If I don't forget, I'll really try not to forget. I'll schedule the... I can't schedule it because sometimes the bus is late, but... approximately 1 or 2 a.m. Charlie Brown watch along stream. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I will see you all in like 5 hours or 6 hours after school. And then we stream Roblox tomorrow. happy Thanksgiving once again. I'm thankful for you all. I hope you have a great rest of your Thanksgiving. I hope you'll tell your family happy Thanksgiving for me. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye, Berrydroids. Bye bye. じゃあまたね